comic book shops are not doing very good, which is bad for the comic book industry. There's a lot to talk about in this video. I wanted to make this video yesterday. I couldn't. I had some stuff going on, but we're gonna hit it all now. We're gonna talk about New Warriors and a few other things. So, the comic book industry has been something I've been talking about on YouTube for like 2 years now, and you know, they have no interest in changing the way they've been doing things. They've been going about the same business that they've been doing for a while. Now, they have been putting out some better books, particularly over at Marvel. But for every good book, they put out, you know, 2 or 3 really bad books. Like Spider-Woman is coming out. They're going to reboot Spider-Woman or relaunch it, a new #1. They're going to sell 26 covers, 26 variant covers for that book. Okay, a little excessive. They do that for a reason, because in that 26 covers, there'll be a, you know, 1 cover for every 10 books you buy, 1 cover for every 25 books you buy, like 1 cover for every 50 books you buy. So basically, you have to buy a ton of garbage to get the 1 book that's going to be worth a lot of money. And that's if anybody will even buy it anyway. It's a scam. It's something that Marvel's been doing for a long time, at least for the past couple of years, to make, you know, a lot of their money back because nobody buys their comics. People, by the way, don't really give their money to Marvel. How this system works is Marvel sells to retailers and then retailers sell to you. Marvel sells the comics very cheap. So a comic book shop actually gets the comics at a really good deal. They maybe pay, I'm going to guess, I've never asked, so I'm going to say maybe $1.50 to $2 a comic, and they sell it to you for $4. It's also a gamble, because if they buy a bunch of comics and they don't sell, that's lost money. Well, the problem is a lot of those comics don't sell. Now, here's why I'm talking about that. DC Comics actually offers, at least they did, I think they still do on some titles, but it's very select. They will buy the comics back. So if a comic book shop buys a bunch of comic books, okay, and they don't sell, sometimes DC Comics will buy those back. I don't think they get full, I don't think they give them all their money back, but they give them some. I'm not really up on how that works totally, but they do offer some relief. So if you don't know what's going on, there's a big thing in the news right now, and it's causing a lot of problems, and a lot of places are shutting down. People are not working in some cases. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hurting in the next couple of months if this is a thing. So you would think that maybe Marvel Comics would throw a hand out there and say, hey, let's help you out, comic book shops that are closing every week, it seems like. I saw Peter Simeti of Alterna Comics retweeting comic book shops closing the other day. And what is the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics doing right now? Is he saying, hey, comic book shops, or hey, people, go support your comic book shop. Go buy some extra books. Help them out. No, they're not doing that. What's he doing? He's saying, hey, New Yorkers, go check out these local restaurants, which is what he's doing all the time. He's always talking about food. He's a big, big boy. I saw him at C2E2. Very big boy. This isn't the only one. Got this one right here. Hey, New Yorkers, if you're looking to shop, H Mart, Sunrise Mart, and Tomez are fully operational and mostly stocked. Pasta, rice, bread, meat, and even toilet paper. Be smart. Buy what you need. Be safe. Is he talking about comic book shops? Is he talking about helping out comic book shops? No. And you're saying, oh, big deal. Not a big deal. Here's the thing. Comic book shops are actually begging for Marvel to maybe buy back some of their books right now. Hey, Marvel, would you maybe consider, you know, letting us return some books? They're ghosting them. They're not answering back to them. They're not talking to them. They're ignoring them. So what's one of the first things people are going to cut when they're hard up on money? They're going to cut comic books. Comic books are a luxury item. Who does that hurt? That hurts small business. That hurts comic book shops. Don't see CB Cebulski concerned about them. He hasn't made one tweet about comic book shops. Doesn't give a damn about them. Doesn't care. What's he talking about? He's talking about food, stuff like that. That's all he's talking about. It's very sad. And it's not just, you know, what he's doing right now by ignoring comic book shops and not trying to help them. You know, a lot of them are going to close, and it's just a fact. If we are on lockdown for the next couple of months, comic book shops will close. You will probably see a heavy reduction in how many are left. And I believe that number is around 2,000. Okay, I could be wrong, but it's not very many. Okay, that might sound like a lot, but that's not very many stores when you think about, you know, North America. Okay, so a lot of other studios, what are they doing to help out comic book shops right now? Well, they're lowering the amount of number of books they publish. Boom Studios, the guy who runs them, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl actually, but whoever it was came out, because I remember somebody made a video on it saying, hey, I challenge comic book publishers. Basically, they were talking about Marvel, let's be honest here. I challenge comic book publishers to lower the amount of books they make, and let's try and grow, let's try and grow the industry basically, and by bringing a little bit of relief off of comic book publishers. And DC's doing the same. DC's reduced the amount of books they put out as well. Marvel, though, they're doubling down and releasing more. So you have this New Mutants book, or this New Warriors book coming out. Okay, we're going to get this thing as a hot piece of trash. Okay, it's not going to sell. They put books out like this for the past couple of years, ever since all new, all different Marvel. Basically, when they went fully woke. Okay, the woke era. Now, they've toned it back a little bit, but then they do stuff like this. This book's not going to sell. Okay, they've tried to do books like this over and over again. They don't sell. No one gives a damn about this book. These weirdos that they want to come buy books like this don't do it. They don't do it. So what are they doing? Well, they're going to release this book, and now shops are going to have another book they have to put on the wall. I would say like 75% of all the comic books in a store right now are Marvel books, because they just keep putting books out, throwing them against the wall. It's like an artificial inflation of their numbers, because this will be a number 1. It's a New Warriors book. This is capitalized on an older book, because you used to have the New Warriors around. They were around in this form from when they've actually been around for a long time. Okay, but I remember them from the 90s because I really liked Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider. Okay, this is the Clone Wars Spider-Man. It's a long story, but he was a part of the team. I really liked him, so I was reading the New Warriors books when he was on it. Okay, so what they're doing is they're taking the New Warriors name and they're putting this weirdo woke book up there as a replacement. And it's not going to sell. No one's going to buy this. Nobody has an interest in this team. Look at this dumpster fire. Okay, so you have Trailblazer, who charges into action. Okay, maybe for 30 seconds, and then she'll get winded because she's so out of shape. This is what's funny about this when they do this like body positive stuff. So she's going to get winded after running for 30 seconds, but apparently she's a superhero. Maybe that backpack feeds her artificial lung capacity for running. I don't know. Then you have Screen Time, who's jacked into the World Wide Web. Really uncreative Tumblr art-looking character, just like this character. And then you have these two, Snowflake and Safe Space. Safe Space, by the way, is non-binary. Hot seller right there. So they're taking derogatory terms from the internet and owning them. You got the thing right here. Here's the quote from Bound into Comics. Snowflake and Safe Space are the twins, and their names are very similar to Screen Time, in this idea that these are terms that get thrown around on the internet, and they don't see them as derogatory. To take those words and kind of wear them as badges of honor. All right. Then with B Negative, I guess he's supposed to maybe have gotten a blood transfusion from Morbius. Probably the only character I think is actually kind of interesting is this one. But nonetheless, this is a book. This book's not going to sell. In fact, I would bet money on it. I would bet money on it that this book is not going to sell. It'll make it to maybe, I'm going to call 20, 25 issues, then they'll can it. It'll, of course, start out strong, probably sell 100,000 issues, and that's because comic shops like Midtown Comics, the humongous ones that mail out comics all over the country, will order a crap ton of them. And then no one's going to buy them. It's a trend. It's always been the trend. Okay, you'll have the book sell 100,000, and then it'll decline rapidly. This book will be at 30,000 shipped by issue 6. And then by issue 20, it'll dip down to about 10 or 12,000 issues shipped. We see it all the time when they do this. There's plenty of data to back that up. You can go to Comic-Con and see it for yourself. Pick a woke title, follow it for months. You'll see how low it can go. So what are they doing during these hard times where they're putting out crap like this? And then they'll put out 40 other books, just like that Spider-Woman book. Spider-Woman's a fine character. Nothing wrong with Spider-Woman. But is this the time when companies and comic shops are hurting to launch another Spider-Woman book with 26 variant covers? It is not. It is not. C.B. Cebulski don't give a damn, though. He's not talking about trying to help comic book shops. He's talking about helping out restaurants. Wants to save the restaurant industry, but not comic books. Disgusting. Disgusting. These people act like they care about comics. They don't give a damn about comic books. Anyway, that's it, guys. Give me your thoughts on this. What do you think about all this stuff going on? What do you think about that New Mutants book? What do you think about the state of comics? You know, it sucks. You're going to see a lot of comic book stores closed. If this doesn't clear up in a couple of weeks, you're going to see comic book shops close, and that's just a fact. You're going to see a lot of businesses close. Things are going to get really bad, and it sucks, man. It really does, and I'm sorry for everybody that's hurting from this. I really am. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Share the video, please. Throw a like up. Give me your thoughts on all this nonsense. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Also, make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.